Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we will be doing this particular question of binary search, which is find first and last position of element in sorted array. So we are given an array nums and a target integer. We need to find the first and last occurrence of this particular number in nums array. So, and we are specified that the algorithm should be order of log n runtime complexity. Now look at this particular input. We are given a target of 8. So we have two 8s here. The array is sorted. We need to give both the occurrences. So the answer is 3 and 4 index. Look at the next input. We have this particular array and the target is 6. But the target does not exist in the nums array. So we are returning -1, -1. This thing is already specified in the given question. So now let's look at the question, try to understand the question and think about its solution. So looking at the questions, we are given an array nums and an integer target. We need to return first and last position of the element and the given array is already sorted. So the array is sorted, which indicates that we already have an order in the array. So when we are looking for 8, we will have 8 somewhere adjacent to each other. So if we look at this problem, what's the first solution that comes to our mind? So a very naive approach is to traverse the entire array and track the first and last occurrence. So the naive solution is to traverse the entire array and track first and last occurrence. So for that, what we'll do is we will initialize a element first with -1 and last also with -1, and we will start traversing the array. And once we find that a element is equal to target, in that case, if first was equal to -1, we will update the first element with whatever is the I at that time. Else, if first is not equal to -1, which means we already have first, so in that case we will always update last element. So this is the naive solution that we have. So let's try coding our naive solution first, then we will look at optimization. So we will have a element first which is equal to -1, a element last which is equal to -1, and we will loop, and in the loop we will see if the element at I is equals to target. In that case, we will update our first and last. First we will update only once, so we will check if first is still equal to -1. In that case, first is equals to I. Else what we will do is last is equals to I. So if there is just one occurrence, first and last will be same. So last is equals to I. Now at last we will return the first and last element. So at last we have returned the first and last element. So the time complexity of this solution is big O of n because we are running one loop. But the problem clearly mentions that we need an log n solution. So we know that the array is already sorted. So we are good to use binary search. Also, we need to find the positions of some element. We can safely say that we can use binary search here. So for binary search, we will call binary search function two times. One for first occurrence and another for last occurrence. So the main idea here is that we will run binary search twice. First time for first occurrence and second time for last occurrence. So how we will do that? Imagine for first occurrence. What we will do is we have this particular array and we will do a binary search for target element 8. We will find mid of this. So let's say the mid comes out to be this element. Now we will check whether this element is smaller or greater. So we know that it's smaller. In that case, we will do binary search in this part. Now we will find mid. So the mid comes out to be this particular index. After this, we will check that nums of mid is equal to target. We will have an answer yes. But we need to give first occurrence. So we will check the immediate left also. So we will check the left part of array even though we have got the occurrence of target because we need first occurrence. So in that case, we will search the left side of the remaining array. So this way we will have the first occurrence. Now for last occurrence, what we will do is we will check the right side. If the right side is not equal to the same element, it means this is the last occurrence. So this way we will do two search operation with binary search. So for finding first, we will have find first function, and in this what we will have is we will have a left which is equal to 0 and a right which is equals to nums dot size minus 1. After left and right we will run a loop. We will also have a variable for answer. Initially answer is equals to minus 1. Once we have these, we will run a loop like the standard binary search problems. In loop we will have left is less than is equals to right, and we will find the mid element. Mid is equal to left plus right minus left divided by 2. Once we have mid, we will check if number at mid index is equal to target or not. So we will check the element at mid, is it equal to target? If the element is equal to target, we need to store this answer, but we still need to search the left part of the array. So what we will do is right is equals to mid minus 1. So this way we still will do binary search. And if the mid element is not equal to target, the normal conditions that we will have, we will check if number at mid index, if this is less than target. In that case, what we will do is left is equals to mid plus 1. Else right is equals to mid minus 1. At last, we will return answer. So basically, this particular variable we will return. So this is for first occurrence. Similarly, we will have a function for last occurrence. For last occurrence, it is same as this, just one change, which is we need to search the right part now. So only difference is that now we need to search the right part. So we will move left is equal to mid plus 1. In case of last occurrence, rest code will be same. We need to call these two functions from the main function from which we are calling this. So what we will do there is, let's say the function name is search range. So in this, from the search range function, we will call find first, and this also last occurrence also. We will call both these functions with the parameters which is nums and target, and we will have these in some variable, and at last we will return these variable. Let's call it f and l, and we will return f comma l like this. So this is the answer that we have for this particular problem. Let's code this on LeetCode. Before that, let's look at time complexity. So this is one binary search. So this is having one loop. This is another binary search which will have one more loop, and these are just two function calls. So overall time complexity will be So overall time complexity will be big O of log n, because these are just 2 times binary search operation, and space complexity is big O of 1 because we are not using any extra spaces. So now let's code this on LeetCode. I have coded this solution here. We have one function which is find first. We have another function which is find last. And in the search range function, we are calling both the function and returning our answer. So let's look at find first function. We have a left variable which is pointing to 0 initially, and a right which is to the end of array. Initially we have answer as -1. We are starting a loop while left is less than equal to right. Next we are finding the mid for this particular left and right. Once we have mid, we are checking if mid is equal to target. So we have our answer, but we still need to find the left. So for that we are moving right is equals to mid -1. And num if the mid element is not equal to target, in that case we are doing usual binary search movement of pointers, which is left is equals to mid +1 and right is equal to mid -1. Similarly, we have find last function, and in this the only difference is we are doing left is equals to mid +1 because we want last occurrence. And at final step we are calling first and last function and returning it from the search range. So let's run this code. So this is passing the test case. Let's submit this code. So the solution is perfectly fine. For more such videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Thank you.